So today we're going to teach you how to wrap a cable. Now, some may ask, well, I already know how to wrap a cable, or why do you need to know how to wrap cables? Well, there's a few reasons, and some of them are obvious, while some of them aren't. Some of the obvious ones are when you wrap a cable correctly, they fit nicely into a bin, or they fit well onto a hook, or wherever you store them, and they don't get tangled in with each other and become an awful ball of wires. You don't want that, of course. Another reason is, and this is the less obvious reason, is that when you wrap a cable incorrectly, a lot of times it damages the cable a little bit every time you wrap it. So some people, especially with extension cords and sometimes audio cables, they'll wrap the cable around their elbow. And this is particularly horrible for that cable. What this does is it binds the connectors on the inside, and eventually, over the months or years that you use it, it will wear down on the inside, and the cable just won't work anymore. So let me show you this method. This method is called the over-under cable wrapping method and is used by most audio and visual or audio and video professionals throughout the world. And a lot of times if you'll go and apply for a job, they'll ask you to wrap a cable, and if you don't do the over-under wrapping method, then they're likely to not hire you. So here's how you do it. You take the cable, and you want to make sure that there aren't any twists in the cable before you start. This makes the process easier. So how you do that is you just grab an end, and then you just go through, and you pull until you get to the end. And if there are any twists, you'll see the end twirl around and get all the twists out. So you drop the rest, and then you get to where the cable's facing out. Now, this is how I teach it. You can learn it like this, but I'm going to teach it like this. Sometimes it's more comfortable for people to do it like this or in the other hand, but this is basically how you do it. You hold the cable like this, and then you grab with your palm down, grab the cable, and you come up like this, and you hold it with the other hand. Then, with your palm facing up, you come underneath the cable, up, and then you twist your hand just like this. So you'll see that this end of the cable is behind that loop that you just created. So then you would just repeat the process until the end of the cable. So over, and then under again. Over, and then under again. Now sometimes you'll get a cable that just doesn't want to wrap correctly. It'll have a twist in it or something, and it'll look something like this when you wrap it. Or it'll make a figure 8 pattern or just something silly. So you can either drop it and let the twist come out, or if it's twisted, you can just twist it in your hands until it's correct. You come together, still not correct. One more twist, still not correct. Do a little finagling. And then you got it. But you got to make sure that there aren't any figure 8s in here or anything silly like that. So a lot of times you'll have, just like this, a tail hanging down where the loop is just not going to be big enough. And that's okay. Just make the loop anyways, and then you're going to take and press your hand down while bouncing up on the other end. So down, and you'll see I'm making this motion. And what that does is it makes all the loops more or less the same size, just like this. Now this is an acceptable wrap. So you have 3 options now. You can wrap it with a Velcro strap, which we've got here. You can wrap it with a string, which you would have tied around one end, and then you would use the rest of the string to tie another knot around the whole wrap. Or you can just connect one end of the audio cable or XLR into the other end, just like this. So we're going to Velcro it. And it's important to get it pretty tight so it doesn't lose that pretty look to it. So there you go, perfectly wrapped cable, near perfectly wrapped cable. So this is what you do when you have a cable and you want to unwrap it and use it for a show. So you'll unwrap the Velcro, the string, or unattach it from here, And you want to take both ends in one hand and then throw out the loop, or just drop the loop in the other. So this is actually one of the issues with over-under cable wrap, is if you get one of the ends through the loop, you're going to create a knot in every under wrap that you did. And you definitely don't want that, especially with a cable that's 150 feet long, because you'll get one every 4 feet. And it'll take probably 5 minutes for you to undo. So if you ever do that, catch it before you throw it out, and bring it back through the loop, and then you'll be good to go. So you'll take the two ends, you'll take the other end of the loop and just throw it out, and you have a perfectly unwrapped cable that doesn't have any twists or loops in it. And then you can plug in your instrument and then the soundboard. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any comments or questions, just let us know in the comments section below. Thank you so much. Bye.